Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Paisano's Music and Vinyl Talk. I am your host, as always, Paisano. I'm back from vacation. And I was going to take this album on vacation and review it while I was on vacation, but at the last minute I decided not to and concentrate on having fun with my family. But if you recall, I drew Keith Richards' debut solo album called Talk is Cheap from 1988. He formed a band with drummer Steve Jordan, who did some drumming with David Letterman's band with Paul Schaefer for a time. And he became the Stones' touring drummer following Charlie Watts' death in 2021. So, him and Keith got together and they formed a group called the Expensive Winos. And it consisted of some pretty notable names, as you would imagine. Keith Richards, by the mid-'80s was already very well established as a founding member of the Rolling Stones, one of the greatest rock and roll bands of all time. And it was obvious following the release of Dirty Work, which was released in 1986, I believe, a Rolling Stones album, that Mick Jagger really had no interest in touring for it and decided to make an album himself and do a little tour in Japan. I don't really know who he played with. I'd have to look it up, but Keith said, "Hey, if you're going to do that, I'm going to do this." And he did. And I was given this album. Somebody, a good friend of mine, had duplicates of it, and he gave it to me. Played very well. The record's in very good shape. And it was an enjoyable listen. No doubt, Keith Richards has a very distinctive voice. He's still with us. I shouldn't talk about him in past tense. And it's got kind of a laid-back feel to it. There's no wild rockers on it or, wild guitar solos. All very professionally done. And a little on the laid-back side. It was an enjoyable listen. Let's go over the track listing, shall we? Side 1, Big Enough, Take It So Hard, Struggle, I Could Have Stood You Up, Make No Mistake, and You Don't Move Me. Side 2, How I Wish, Rock a While, Whip It Up. Now, Whip It Up sounds like a Rolling Stones song. It's the only one I really thought that sounded like a Rolling Stones song on this album. And the last two songs on side 2 are Locked Away and It Means a Lot. It was produced by Keith Richards and Steve Jordan. And it came out on Virgin Records. Take a look at the liner notes. He had a lot of guest appearances and a lot of, one-offs on here. Keith playing peekaboo with you there. Some of the guys here. Bootsy Collins played bass on Big Enough. Sarah Dash provided some female vocals here and there. Ivan Neville played piano and keyboards on Take It So Hard. Waddy Wachtel, a noted studio musician and touring musician for a lot of very famous people, shows up on guitar on a lot of these. And Bobby Keys, who did some work with the Stones. Let me see who else we got here. Patti Scialfa, who was Bruce Springsteen's wife. A couple of these. You have to forgive me, my allergies are acting up a bit. nose has been running quite a bit today. But it's a long album too. Comes in at just under 47 minutes. Not a lot of long songs, but well, between 3.5 minutes and 5.5, I would say. Let's take a look at the vinyl, shall we? Classic Virgin Records label. I really didn't know much about this album at all, and I still really don't. I listened to it from start to finish for the first time ever in preparation for this review. Like I said, it was a gift, and it was just something I never bought before. I don't know what singles came off of this. I don't know if any did, to be honest with you. I don't think any singles came off of this. But it was a good solid album. Good solid debut album for Keith, and probably his best from what I read. Alright, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you've been watching for some time and not yet subscribed, please do. I love subscriptions. I love comments. Keep them coming. Until next time, thank you, and good night, YouTube.